Uh, Welcome to the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter. We're going to celebrate by watching the movie. So I'm going to watch and react and just talk about how much I love this film and this franchise. You can interact in the chat. Welcome. Hi. How you doing? Hopefully the stream stays healthy. Without further ado, I want to jump right into it. So, there's no audio, so if you want to sync up with us, you'll have to do that on your own. I'll tell you when I hit play, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, hopefully we're good. Sorry, that first stream messed up, but we're back in business, and we'll go now. So from now, I will count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I will hit the play button. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Back from the beginning. Got the Warner Brothers logo is coming into frame fully now. Now it's fully in frame, and it is stopped. So if you guys are trying to time it with me, there you go. Very exciting. Welcome. Yep, massive Harry Potter fan. Sorry, I had a whole thing in the other video that we did in the other stream that failed, but I'm very excited for this. Very, very excited. I would call myself a lifelong Harry Potter fan. I've definitely been a Harry Potter fan for all of these 20 years, for sure. Here comes Dumbledore. I did show this in the last stream, but I think it got cut off. But here is my ticket stub for the first time that I ever saw the first movie for November 22nd, 2001. It's pretty incredible, but I got my ticket stub right here. Always have that for sure. Here comes Dumbledore, taking the lights away. Taking these beautiful streetlights away because he doesn't want anybody to see him, guys. It's the whole point. He says, Harry's coming to town. Nobody can know. Which, in a way, wouldn't this draw attention to it? Because he's taking away the lights. People would be like, what's going on? Wouldn't you just leave them on? I don't know. It's weird. Here comes McGonagall. She transforms from a cat into a wizard. A witch or wizard? It's incredible. Good evening, Professor Dumbledore. The rumor's true, Albus? I'm afraid so, Professor. The good and the bad. Just so if you guys are timing it up, those are the lines. You think it wise to trust Hagrid with something as important as this? Ah, Professor, I would trust Hagrid with my life. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Love this film. This film is incredible. Here he comes. Like I stated previously in my in the other stream, they definitely, the version that I'm watching, which is the online version, which you get from Movies Anywhere, it's like the digital copy that you buy. They definitely tinted the color grade to be more blue and a little bit more saturated for sure. I love this like pro mist filter that they used. It like makes whatever they have some sort of filter on the front of the lens that makes the light like bloom or like halo and make that glow. It's very pretty. Very pretty. If you're new here, drop a like. If you love Harry Potter, drop a like. If you like movies, drop a like. Hit the subscribe button because we're Harry Pottering it up. It is about that time. And don't be afraid to comment in the chat if you're here. That's why the chat's open. Ooh, I'm missing some great lines, guys. Famous. There won't be a child in our world who doesn't know his name. Now, see, this is interesting to me because that line right there, there won't be a child in our world who doesn't know his name. How ironic is that J.K. wrote those in the books and how it's just weird. Isn't that weird how the universe works? Because literally that's what happened. Literally there's no child in the world who doesn't know that name. It's really weird and kind of eerie. And I'm just like, how did that happen? Goodbye, after all. Rest in peace, Richard Harris, the original Dumbledore. You know, I remember when he passed away. That was weird because that was one of the first like celebrity deaths that I had ever like encountered. It was really weird. And I didn't quite understand because it's like, oh, Dumbledore's dead. And I'm like, what? How did that happen? You know? And we're at Baby Harry. Sorry I'm behind on these a little bit, but no, they skipped. We skipped that. They don't. Oh, they're out of order. These are out of order. Get up now. Knocking on the door now. Seems like it's healthy now. Seems like the stream's good, so I'm glad about that. You gotta love the cookies, man. You gotta love like the shapes that the light makes when it comes through the cupboard like that. Wake up, Potter. We're going to the zoo. Oh, that's great. For some reason, I don't have thumbnails for like right now. So he's going into the kitchen now. Happy birthday, son! I love it. I love it. Drop a like if you love Harry Potter, man. This is match, yeah, and sync it up with me if you're at home. Sync up the movie with me for sure. It's a lot better than just watching me. Hurry up! Bring my coffee, boy. How many are there? Counted them myself. 36, but last year, I'm 37. Quite a bit bigger than last year. I don't care how big they are. I sit here and quote this whole movie, guys. Poor Harry. Poor Harry. He was just like, I'm trying to get in the car, yo. Any funny business? Get in. This poor kid. This poor kid, man. All he's trying to do is just live life and exist. He has no idea why these things happen to him. It just happens. He can't control it, and they should know that. Like Aunt Petunia should know that things go awry. Like they don't. Nope, this doesn't come. I don't have screenshots. Sorry, I don't have screenshots until like they're at the zoo right now. I don't have screenshots until they come back from the zoo. Watching the ugly faces pressing in at you. Can you hear me? Thank you, Tyson, for promoting the stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tweeting it out. And also thank you for coming into the chat and letting people know you can interact in the chat. You're from Burma, aren't you? Was it nice there? You miss your family. And Dickhead is about to push you over. Yep, there you go. Yeah, get on the glass. Yeah, that's a good thing. They always tell you not to touch the glass. Whenever you go to museums and whenever you go to zoos and stuff, it's always don't touch the glass. This Dudley is the dumbest kid on the planet. He's not the dumbest kid, but he's pretty spoiled. You know what I'm saying? And where are his parents? Like where did the Dursleys go during this whole encounter with the snake here? I don't know. Anytime. Just like, yeah, anytime. You know, like, I'm a Parseltongue and I can talk to snakes. I guess that's normal. I love that. I love that in the second one too. So great. And then he's trapped in the glass. Oh! And like, where did these guys, like, and then they just show up. It's like, where'd these guys go? They just left their kid and they weren't worried. They weren't like, well, oh, where did he go? Like, where'd he show up, you know? And I was like, oh man, it's funny business. See, it was funny for a second, wasn't it, Harry? And then you realize, oh crap. He's about to get shoved in the cupboard, man. Shoved in the cupboard. What happened? And then it was gone. It was like magic. You're about to get shut in. There's no such thing as magic. Boom. That was this one. This just happened. Do we have one of the owls? No, these are all out of order, man. We're not even there yet. We're not even there yet. We're not even... Well, this is weird. That's out of order. Hogwarts Common Room. Ooh. When I found out the news about the... Hogwarts Common Room says, when I found out the news about the show, I almost fainted. Then I found out it comes out in a matter of basically a month. I died. What show are you talking about? Hogwarts Common Room. Are you talking about the reunion? Harry's got a letter. Mine. Why would you even, dude? I would have stashed it in the cupboard. I've always like wondered. I'm like, dude, why did you bring that out to them? If that says your name, like before you walk in the kitchen, I'm like, put that in the cupboard. Like, keep that away from them. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Now I think where's my mouse? Here we go. The owls are delivering the letters. Of course. Let me know in the chat if you guys are there. Let me know I want to know your history with Harry Potter, all that type of stuff. Let's see, when this movie came out, I was 9. I guess I was 9. So I was a little bit younger than Harry or whatever, but I definitely grew up with this franchise. This franchise means pretty much the world to me. I do the YouTube stuff, you know what I'm saying? But my main thing is filmmaking and post-production and editing and stuff like that. And this movie is what got me into, there we go. We just crossed this frame. This movie is what actually got me into filmmaking. There's a story here about that. Basically, I rented, this is back in the days of the VHS tape. I'm that old. But I rented Good Burger from a Blockbuster. I think it was Blockbuster. It had to have been Blockbuster. I rented a Good Burger, the Good Burger VHS, popped it in there, and it had the first theatrical trailer for this movie. And I remember it vivid, like clear as day. And the shot of Diagon Alley, the opening shot of that first theatrical trailer where the owl flies through and flies down Diagon Alley, like at that moment, I knew exactly, like I was like, oh, I wanted, like, it just sparked, I don't know what it was. It's just like, I guess call it the universe, but like it just clicked and I was like, oh, I know like what I love. And I like immediately found my passion. I immediately found what I love to do in life. And it was crazy, but it was like that. It was just that it was random. It was that first shot of that trailer that just piqued. I was immediately into it. And I wanted to know the world, but it wasn't just Harry Potter, right? Because it was one of my first introductions to Harry Potter. I can't remember if we had started reading the book or not before that. I feel like I had been introduced to the book before I saw the trailer, but I can't remember which one came first. But anyways, it was like a double hit. It was like my love for Harry Potter happened, but then like my love for filmmaking happened. It was crazy. It was a crazy moment. Yeah. Now he's fighting for the letters. And this is crazy because all these letters are practical. Like they built like a chute that would like shoot all these letters over the top of the set. And this is cool because nowadays this would all be CG. This would all be, they're right here. This would all be CG. Daddy's gone mad. Daddy's been mad for a while. Daddy's been mad for a long, long time. Oh, see you later, Hogwarts common room. Definitely, I'm going to check out, I need to check out your channel. If you got, I don't know if you have videos or whatever, but I will definitely check out your channel later, and hopefully you can come back. Oh, we're not there yet. Sorry, I'm pulling these stills off of a website, so I'm just kind of like at the behest of whatever screen grabs they have and whatever order they have. Right now, ooh, make a wish, Harry. Make a wish, Harry. What's up, Shannon? Fine day. Fine day, Sunday. Hello, Shannon. Getting a Spider-Man trailer after this. Who's there? Sorry, my line readings are a little ahead of the film. If you've got this sunk up to me, you're probably like, what's going on? I'll match you up with the next line. Sorry about that. There you go. That's the line right there. Match it up to that. Boom. And did you leave it once, sir? You are breaking and entering. Yep, Dursley, you great prune. Bah, he shoots through the roof. Can we talk about the music for a second in this? John Williams, man, is incredible. Particularly Rim the Middle. It's kind of insulting, but okay, Hagrid, considering you're kind of a bigger... You're not a small person, Hagrid. Imagine. Hagrid is such a warm soul, isn't he? He's such a warm soul. Self-words and all. I can't tell if Dudley's looking at him like, why is this like big man here? Or like, why does he have a cake? Like, I can only imagine what's going through Dudley's mind. He's like, what? And then he's going to get this pigtail at the end of this scene. It's going to be nuts. Do we ever see them? Okay, that doesn't, I guess, because they cross the room, because right now they're by the door, but then they end up going underneath the staircase at some point. Do we ever see them cross? I don't know. I'm talking about blocking. And who are you? Robbie Coltrane. Hagrid is perfect. Hagrid is definitely perfect. Learned it all. Learned what? It's a great delivery from Daniel Radcliffe. He's like, learned what? Learned what? I'm a what? A wizard. I can't be a wizard. Oh, really, Harry? I mean, think about all the crazy stuff that you've done in your past and like what happened just a couple days ago where you made that glass disappear. Duh. Yeah, Poor Dudley. Now he's got the letter. Dear Mr. Potter. What an incredible, they just don't make, I mean, there are many, many things about this franchise that I love, but obviously, you gotta, well, we're not there yet either. Man, there's a big gap in these screenshots, but they just don't make movies like this anymore, man. They really don't. The fact that, I mean, they built a lot of this stuff, specifically in this early one, because they didn't have the sets. Like over the course of the decade that they made this, they were able to build the sets and kind of keep them up. But in this first one, it wasn't a direct line to be like a sure bet that this was going to be a success. So you had to use a lot of existing locations because, one, you didn't have time to build everything, and this wasn't a proven success. So they went around and they not only did they make a lot of things practically, but they went on location from location to location because they had to. It's a scandal. He'll not be going. Suppose a great muggle like yourself's going to stop him, are you? Non-magic folk. Ever since you were born. In a world and this headmaster that Hogwarts has ever seen. This Dumbledore. Crackpot old fool, teach him magic tricks. Oh, you just got the umbrella pointed at you, bro. It's going down. I love how he's just over there eating the cake. Come on, man. Be present. Well, that's what you get. I mean, your kids, that's some good acting right there. He's screaming for his life. Appreciate it if you didn't tell anybody. Hit that like button. Drop that like button. We're watching Harry Potter, just reacting to some Harry Potter on the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter. It's incredible. Cannot believe it's been 20 years. That's insane. Best be off. Best be off to Diagon Alley. We can hit some bricks. It's going to transform. You're going to go get your money. Oh, you're rich, by the way. That's what he should say to him. Oh, you got money, by the way. How are we going to pay for all this? We're not there yet. Sorry, I'm quoting ahead now. Dangerous, Tyler, dangerous. Don't insult Albus Dumbledore in front of me. Must be equipped with pewter cauldron, if they desire. They're an owl, a cat, or a toad. Can we find all this in London? If you know where to go. Oh, Tyler, you know every line. Is that a little sad? No, not at all. I don't think so. I find it endearing. I love the atmosphere. The Leaky Cauldron. The Leaky Cauldron. The usual, I presume. I can't believe. So for we don't have any stills of the Leaky Cauldron. We go straight to Diagon Alley, which is crazy. This is the shot I was talking about, though. The shot that I saw in the trailer. This is the shot right here. This is the shot that like opened my mind to film. It was crazy. And like I'd been into films before, but this was the one that I don't know what it was about this shot. I don't know. There's nothing. It's nothing. I mean, it's all built. It's all practical. It looks beautiful. Like as you learn about filmmaking, you realize how much of a feat this was and how spectacular this is. But there's nothing like spectacular to a kid about this shot. But it did it. I don't know what it was, but it just clicked, and I was like, oh, I love this. Like, and they got Ian Hart back. Professor Quirrell. They got him back for the reunion. I think that's so cool because he's not mentioned in anything else, like other, special features or other side things that they do or anything. Like he's never mentioned. So I'm glad that they're bringing him back for the reunion. How is it? No, I am. I almost screwed that line up. I'm not sure I'm the right person to tell you that. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. Dun 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 dun. Now we're getting like the score, man. The score does it. It's incredible how iconic this score is because you can just see the movie in your head. It's incredible. All your bits and bobs for doing your wizardry. How come they don't ever call anything bits and bobs ever again in the franchise? They should just be like, oh, go get your bits and bobs. It's a great line. Shannon, you're asking if I've been to the Wizarding World. I have not, actually. Oh, we're not here yet. Oh, don't play. We're not here yet. We gotta go back, sorry. The new Nimbus 2000. I had a plastic version of the Nimbus 2000. Yeah, I had a plastic version of that for a while. And then we broke it because we were filming something. And we broke it. Gringotts. The Wizard Bank. The CG Bank. Which is pretty... I mean, dude, the VFX hold up. The CG in this holds up. Like, pretty well. I'm actually surprised. But no, I haven't been to Orlando. I really want to go at some point. I had the opportunity to go when I graduated high school, but I didn't go, and I should have. I don't know why I didn't. I had the opportunity to go, but I declined, and I kind of regret that. Hey, it's Warwick Davis. This is to make a withdrawal room. And does Mr. Harry Potter have his key? Dig into your deep pockets, Hagrid. Can you find it? Oh, there he is. Professor Dumbledore gave me this. I recently reread the first book. I hadn't read that. I hadn't read that book in a long time. It was a nice read. Because I'd watched the movie a ton, obviously, but I hadn't read the book in a long time, so that was nice. 687. Lamp, please. Yeah, 2 hours for the trailer, right? For the trailer. Key, please. This was super cool how the vault opens. That was really cool. He's got all that money. Now, where did his parents get this money from? Anybody in the chat, if you're here, if you've come on to the stream, how did his parents get all this money? This one's what I'm talking about, when like the ball mechanism in the vault, it like clicks on the inside. It's super cool, super creative. Yeah, like that. That's awesome. It's like click, 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 click. All for the Sorcerer's Stone. I love it. Like the ominous lighting, you know what I'm saying? You got the spotlight onto the Sorcerer's Stone. And he's like, oh, we're moved on. So yeah, we've done this. He's got his money. We're grabbing the stone now. Best not mention this to anyone, Harry. You don't want to go around telling people that, you know, we picked up the Sorcerer's Stone. Hagrid kind of fumbles this whole movie, doesn't he? Like well, and a lot of time, I mean, if Hagrid hadn't told Harry, Voldemort would win. So, what are you going to do? Ollivanders. Ooh, the legendary John Hurt coming in on this ladder. One of the best entrances in cinematic history right here with this ladder. Seriously, one of the best. And look at all these, like the production. I'm sorry, man, but the production design on this movie is incredible. And it's no wonder why, one, this captivated the minds of young kids like myself. We're not there yet. Why it captured the minds of young people like myself. I mean, look at the production design. Look at the effort that went into, look at all the boxes and the making this world feel like it's lived in was so important, and something that Chris did perfectly, and the cast is perfect. And there's people love Star Wars. They totally get it. There's other franchises out there, but in terms of like this is a near perfect franchise, like excluding, I have my own issues with Fantastic Beasts and whatever, I got problems. But in terms of these 8 movies, it's almost, I mean, it's a near perfect franchise, man. Perfect cat. Like this is the peak franchise. Perfect. This is a perfect franchise almost. I got my problems. I got my issues with some movies in the franchise, but this is one of my favorites for sure. This. So good. And and it's the innocence of this first one. It's the approach that they took of we're experiencing it with Harry. You know, we need kind of a vessel, right, as the audience to explain the world to us so we can get accumulated and know everything about the world. And what a perfect way. I mean, it was perfect for Jo to set it up the way she did, because while Harry is learning everything, we're learning everything. And it's perfect. And it makes it for a fun adventure on film too. You know what I'm saying? Because especially this shot right here where he gets the wand for the first time. Curious. Very curious. I remember being young and I didn't understand what was going on here. When he's talking about the phoenix feathers, the cores in each wand of him and Voldemort, I didn't understand what that meant when I was so young. I mean, I kind of got it, but I didn't understand it quite yet. Because Voldemort, it's so interesting because if you think about it, when you were reading the books, Voldemort was such a big part of those books, but also something that like you couldn't put an image to. You didn't know what he looked like. I mean, you kind of knew what he looked like, but in these early days, you had no idea. You're like, what's he like? What's he look like? They show a little bit in the next couple scenes here. I think it's actually the next scene, where he's got the hood and he's walking around. And it's interesting because in the later movies, he doesn't have a hood. So when we see the flashbacks, when his parents die, he's got like this hood and he kind of looks kind of like the Emperor a little bit from Star Wars, but he's like walking around. And then when he comes back, he doesn't have a hood. So that kind of threw me off. And the cloak that he wears in this flashback, it's pretty thick. It's a thick cloak. And then Voldemort comes back and he's all wispy and he's got like some light fabric on, and I'm like, well, that's a pretty crazy dynamic, like clothing shift. What made you go from carrying a lot of heavy fabrics on you to not carrying a lot and being very light? Some weird thoughts that run into my mind because what else are you going to think about? Oh yes, this is the flashback I was talking about. I know you do. They're sitting down by the fire. I love the line where he's like, Because it's very important. Not all wizards are good. Well, you should know that, Harry. As bad as it can go. His name was V. His name was V. Maybe if you wrote it down. No, I can't spell it. I love that. I love that he's like, I can't spell it because he doesn't know how to spell it. That's great. Shh. Don't say Voldemort's name. Harry, come on. Dark times. Whoosh. There he is in that heavy-ass cloak. Started to gather some followers. Godric's Hollow, which I think Godric's Hollow looks a little different. I'm not gonna blame them, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's almost a decade's different from when they went back to Godric's Hollow. Against them. Whoa, we're not there yet. Man, we're skipping a lot. Sorry that the screenshots skip a ton. Not one. Except you. Little man. Voldemort tried to kill me. What are we saying in the chat here? Yeah, the Potters are descendant from the Percivals, yes. And Voldemort is also from. They're him and Harry are connected, like by blood, and they're both attached to the Deathly Hallows, like because Harry owns the invisibility cloak by blood right, and then Voldemort, his ancestors made the wand. I think is from what I remember. Who lived? How confusing for an 11-year-old boy to just be like, that's a lot of pressure, man. And you know, I think Dan did a great job. I think he, you know, the trio's perfect. Emma Watson is so perfect. I've loved her for forever. She's amazing. Harry, stick to it. Oh, that would make sense. Thank you. I didn't even put that together, but thank you for explaining that because he's attached or he's related to the Percivals, that was his wealth. That's his wealth. That's where it comes from. That makes sense. We're at the train station now. Platforms 9 and 10, and he's like, look at Hedwig. I wanted an owl so bad for a long time, and then you come to the realization that you can't have an owl. And you're just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess not. So I'll live with it. Excuse me. Nine and 3/4. Funny, do you? You know what's funny about the train guy or the conductor that this guy that Harry runs into? That was actually Tim Burton's chauffeur or driver, and he's been in like a bunch of Tim Burton movies. So yeah, that's a fun tidbit. They're running through. It's kind of a janky effect. Them running through the wall doesn't really hold up. Listen, woman, you call yourself our mother. Oh, I'm sorry, George. I'm only joking. I am Fred. Yeah. That effect's not bad. Yes, Harry, speak up. Good thing you approach them. Good thing you have good social skills and you can approach people. Even though you were raised by the Dursleys. Between platforms 9 and 10. Hit that like button for Harry Potter's 20th anniversary. We are celebrating Harry Potter and his 20th anniversary. I cannot believe it's been 20 years. That's crazy. Actually, I can. It's kind of felt like that. If you look back at the years, doesn't it? We are not on the train yet. I'm sorry, guys. The next screenshot is this, and this doesn't come for a while. And I can't believe, so like the Hogwarts Express, the fact that it's all real, it's incredible, man. Like they took a real train and they decked it out, and that just wouldn't happen nowadays. It would all be CG. And I'm not hating on CG. I love CG. But I don't know. Now the train is going through the land. Did I say Tim Curry or did I say Tim Burton? Because it's Tim Burton. I'm Harry Potter. So it's true. Do you really have the what? The scar? Aw. Harry's like, I got you, bro. Don't worry. I give you some candy. We'll take the whole cart, bro. And then from that moment on, Ron knew that he needed to be friends with Harry Potter. The reason why I said Tim Curry was because I watched Home Alone 2 last night. That would be why. Spinach, liver, and tripe. Just swear he got a bogey-flavored one once. It's the card you want. Chocolate Frog? Chocolate Frog doesn't really hold up, but that's okay. That doesn't look bad, though. That doesn't look terrible. I mean, now you can't even eat your chocolate frog. And he didn't even try to catch it. Hey, he's gone. Run around all day. Can you? Pathetic, isn't he? Yeah. Here comes the lady. Can you imagine this franchise if they hadn't met Hermione? Let's see then. Oh wow, sorry, we're not there yet. Buttermellow. Turn this stupid fat rat yellow. It's a real spell. Thanks for joining me. Definitely sync up your Harry Potter with my commentary. That would be a great time. That's how it's going to roll, because I can't share the film, obviously, or I'm going to get shut down. For example, Oculus Reparo. Shannon says, isn't it weird that Scabbers, after knowing what we know? Yeah, I mean, that was definitely something that came out of left field for me, was the Scabbers thing. Like, I don't think anybody saw that coming. I do remember, though, very early on in the franchise, I can't remember when it was. I don't know if it was like maybe after the third one. No, it was before that, though. It was super early on. Maybe it was when I started to read the fourth book. I can't remember. But I had theorized in my head, I was like, oh, a piece of Voldemort must live inside of Harry. I remember that very clearly, thinking that, like, coming up with that theory. I didn't obviously know, Horcruxes and all that other stuff. I didn't know anything about that, but wasn't able to connect those dots. But I definitely had a feeling that, like, oh, maybe there's a piece of Voldemort that lives inside Harry. And lo and behold, that's what happened. This way to the boats. Now, one of the most iconic shots in cinematic history is when the boats go down the lake and they approach the castle. And again, this is all practical too. Like, they actually pulled these kids in these boats. Like, brilliance. Brilliance. Such a beautiful shot of the castle. They're so young. They're so young. Definitely watching this on the 20th anniversary makes me feel old. definitely makes me feel old. I didn't realize, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was going to happen today. Because normally when I watch this, it just brings back fond memories, you know, like, but now I'm just like, oh, I feel really old. Maggie Smith. A few moments you will pass through these doors and join your classmates. Sorted into your houses. Hufflepuff. Ravenclaw. She's perfect. Again, perfect casting. And the hat that she wears, she was actually involved in, that was her decision to wear that hat. That's really cool. Trevor. And it's like, it's these little moments from the books, you know, where like you include Trevor, and like this is the movie where you get to know these characters. And Chris Columbus, hats off to him, man. He did such an incredible job. And here comes Tom Felton, Malfoy. Sorry, I'm probably gonna refer to these people with their real names just because I can keep it, or I'll flip flop. But now we're talking about Malfoy, who originally was actually considered to be Harry Potter. They actually thought that Tom auditioned to play Harry Potter, but they went with Daniel. They didn't go with Tom initially. Malfoy. Shannon says, these films give me such an awesome feeling. I was dragged to the cinema to watch this, and I fell in love with it right in the theater. Yeah, I think that's another thing too, that specific, and you know, if you think about it, it's very rare that a franchise like this can capture such a wide, especially today. I mean, if you think about the climate we live in today, the fact that this franchise gripped so many people and sucked in so many, and like different walks of life, different age groups. Like that's why when I say that this is the best franchise ever, I mean it. And there's layers to it. I'm not just saying that because I'm a massive Harry Potter fan. I believe it is. I mean, it's in the running for the best franchise ever. That's including books and movies, because it just, I don't even know if there's been very few things like Star Wars, and maybe heck, maybe even just this and Star Wars are the only two things that have really like grabbed our culture in the way that those two things did. Sorry. Oh, we're not there yet. We're here. It's strictly forbidden to all students. Yeah, there are some shots. Christian says that it holds up. The movie holds up primarily, except for some shots, and I totally agree. There are a few things. Quidditch is a little, Quidditch gets a little rubbery from time to time. They're definitely not real people flying around there for sure. When I call your name, put the sorting hat on your head. Be sorted into your houses. Emma Watson. Okay, relax. Funny story about Emma Watson. I actually, when I was, I don't know, I think it was right around the time when the fourth movie was coming out, which would have been 2005. I wrote a letter to all three of them. I think that's what I did. I wrote a letter to all three of them, and then they ended up getting back to me, actually. She did. So she wrote me back and then sent me an autographed picture of herself. So I have an autographed picture of Emma Watson way back in the day, which I thought was super cool. And there was a big gap in between that when that happened. I thought like I had given up. I was like, oh, they're not going to get to me. Like I'm not going to hear anything back. And then all of a sudden, like her autograph just shows up in the mail. And I was like, what? So that's pretty cool. Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff. There's no bones left. That's in the next movie, Shannon. Come on. No bones left. All right, it's Ron's turn to go up here with the Sorting Hat. Do. And hey, again, man, this is another there's so many visual effects achievements in this movie. The fact that like this hat looks super good, the fact that this hat is it's a CG object, it's a CG character that's interacting with live action human beings, and it still holds up to this day is incredible. Like VFX for 2001. Like, get out of here, man. That's nothing to sneeze at. That is a feat. And the fact that, I mean, can you imagine that you're the one responsible for like creating the world? Like, you can't fathom the amount of work and the amount of man hours and the amount of passion that went into this movie and went into this franchise. Because a lot of this crew, like the production designer, Stuart Craig, a lot of the producers, they stayed on for a decade of their life making this stuff. Like, it's incredible. It blows me away. Oh yeah, I got her autograph. My way to greatness, and no doubt about that. No? You're sure. Better be... I'm going to have no voice after this movie. They look so little. They are so tiny. I'm excited. Who's going to watch the rewatch? Or not the rewatch. Oh my goodness. Who's going to watch the reunion? Let me know. Is that something you guys are going to tune into? New Year's Day is the reunion, the 20th reunion for these guys. So that'll be fun. Your attention, please. Let the feast begin. There you go. Do. Slytherin. If you're new here, please drop a like for the stream. It really helps out. I really appreciate it. And hit the subscribe button. This is the first watch along we've done where you can sync up with me and watch the show. When he found out, say passy. What's he teach? Talk about he fancies. Crow's job for years. All right, Percy. Percy, why'd you have to turn into such a dick? Hello. It's John Cleese, which is another great casting. Ooh, these ghosts are a little wonky, but hey, I mean, they were really crunched though. I mean, when you think about it, they started shooting in like May of 2000, I think. I think it was like May or June of 2000, and this movie came out in November of 2001. So and all the Quidditch stuff was actually on the back end of their schedule. So because they had to previs all the Quidditch stuff before they filmed it. So they spent a good amount of time prevising, which basically just means like mapping out and like kind of crudely animating the Quidditch stuff. And then at the end of their production schedule, at the end of their shooting schedule, they went and they kind of had to rapidly hurry up the VFX and shot the Quidditch stuff. So I don't blame them. It's still, and hey, it looks pretty good. Hats off to them. To the dormitories. And the staircases. They like to change. I remember this moment. I remember this moment in the theater where this shit started to change, and I was like, oh, it's incredible that they were able to bring this to life. You know, they talk about being at the right place at the right time. I definitely feel very fortunate and very lucky that I was the age that I was when this came out. Like some people grew up with the original trilogy. This is the equivalent to the original trilogy for me. I can say that I grew up with this franchise, and that's something very special to me that I carry with me every day. I think about it every day. And not like in a, like it's not all I think about, but it makes me happy, and it motivates me, it inspires me, and You know, if I could even achieve half of something that's like this and impact people in any sort of way with what I do and the work that I produce, then, you know, that's good for me. I'm probably never going to reach this level, but that's fine. But who knows? Because we got plans. I'm just saying. We're going to be making movies in the future. We're going to be doing it. So, I'm excited. On to your left. The girls, the same on your right. It's been brought up. I wonder how cold it is in this castle. Like, there's no central heat in this castle, is there? It's got to be so cold. Now he's sitting at the window with Hedwig. But you know what? At least he's happy now. At least he's happy. Let's see, what minute marker are we at? We're at 50 minutes and 23 seconds right now, guys, if you're trying to match us up. Magical central heating. Good one. Ooh, let's see how well this holds up. Oh man, we skipped McGonagall's class completely with these screenshots? Boo. That's crazy, man. We go straight to Snape with the screenshots. My bad. Made it. McGonagall's face if we were late. Whoosh, transform. That actually holds up, man. That's pretty good. For that assessment, Mr. Weasley. Put himself into a pocket watch, where one of you might be on time. I trust you don't need one to find your seats. Little creatures. Just kidding. They're not creatures. Here he is. Wand waving or silly incantations in this class. As such. Shannon says the elves stoke the furnace day in and day out. They probably do. You're probably right. The predisposition. Here we are. Teach you how. I got that straight on. As soon as I flipped to that screenshot, that was dead on. Just to let you know. I'm very proud of that. And even put a stopper in death. What an incredible performance. My mouth is dry. What an incredible performance. Oh, we're not there yet. Sorry. So I did enough to not pay attention. I secretly hate you, child. What's cool about Alan Rickman and Severus Snape, for those people, some people may not know. It's weird. Like, I battle with these things of like, oh, people might not actually know this. But when he got cast, J.K. Rowling told him something special about the role, something secret that he didn't tell anybody. Now, I don't know what that is. We still don't really know what that is to this day. We don't know how much she told him, but he knew something about Severus Snape and whatever she told him made him accept the role. He originally wasn't going to accept the role in the first place, but they had a secret conversation, and I wonder how much he knew. Hell, maybe he knew everything. I have a feeling that him and JK maybe had a bond where she maybe not told him everything, but probably a lot. I'm pretty sure. Because you almost have to. Like, he almost has to kind of know everything, because if you read the books, his character does kind of know everything and knows both sides of everything throughout the series. So it only makes sense that you would tell him. Ooh. Oh, his eyebrows. His eyebrows are gone. Shannon, what did you say? I don't understand. Oh, Shannon said hate. Oh my goodness. Here come the owls. Here come the owls. Can I borrow this paper? That I'm gonna. What does he borrow it for? He just borrows it to read, right? But you've forgotten something. Listen. Which is unknown. Number 713. The very same day. You know, it's funny too because the way that they shot the movie is they covered it with multiple cameras. They had like 3 or 4 cameras on the kids at all times because they couldn't get a whole performance in context. So this first film is very cutty because they had to craft these performances and get this shot of this kid and this shot of this kid to craft the movie. Oh, we're not there yet. And say, up, up. She looks at Harry like, what the? Like, how are you so successful? Poor Ron. He gets smacked in the face. Up. And Hermione's got no chance. No chance. Boom. Oh. You could see him laughing there. That's funny. To mount it. Tight. Kick off from the ground. Hard. Room steady. Hover for a moment. Forward slightly. And touch back down. There he goes. Bye, Neville. Mr. Longbottom. You're not supposed to take off yet. Mr. Longbottom! I think y'all going. Hit that like button, guys. We have 0 likes on this stream. Why on earth is there 0 likes? That's crazy. Do me a favor, hit that like button. This CG's a little wonky here. Yeah, this doesn't hold up. But that's okay. There's a lot of CG going on here with him flying around. Neville. Oh my goodness, Neville. Whoa. Psh, oh. Everyone out of the way. See, but that was clever because they had the CG Neville fall behind those kids, and then when the kids part, then that's where the real actor takes over. That was really clever. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. I needed to refresh. Give it here, Malfoy. Ooh, that's so demanding. Long button to find. I remember, and it's so interesting because when you're watching this as a kid, you're always wondering like, where's this gonna go in the future? Like I remember always thinking how far, like, what's their relationship gonna be like between Malfoy and Harry, and it's just super fun. It's really I can't explain the experience that we had. Literally as a generation, reading these books and watching this story unfold on the big screen over the years, it's special, super special to me. He threw it. There goes Harry. Wow. They skipping. He's about to catch it, and he caught it. Oh, yeah. Good job, Harry. You're really good at that. It's almost like you're born to play Quidditch. You know what I'm saying? Who's excited for the Spider-Man trailer? I keep forgetting that that's going to happen tonight, but that's going to happen tonight. That's pretty wild. Harry Potter, follow me. You're like, oh man, he's in deep shit. he's going to get it. That's what they're all thinking. Little do they know that Oliver Wood has been looking for a seeker. You wait here. They skip a lot. Professor Quirrell. I love this whole setup. This is great writing where she's like, "Oh, can I borrow wood for a moment?" And you're like, he's gonna get smacked with some wood. That was great. That was a great tension build there for sure. The new Gryffindor Seeker. Knew he'd do well. Century, according to McGonagall. This movie moves so fast. I just want to say that right now. This movie clicks. Clicks, clicks, clicks. It goes by real fast. And then this teacher who's reading books with these students who we never see again. You won't make a fool of yourself. It's in your blood. They go to the trophy room. Hello. Leah Luna? I'm sorry, I don't recognize your name. Staircases change, remember? We're about to get into it. Oh, okay. Okay, well, your name on here is different than the... But yes. Feel like we shouldn't be here. All right, now we're at this point. Right here. Boom. The fire's coming on now. Ooh, I'm so good. I caught that perfectly. Wah. That cat's got some red eyes. Filch's cat, man. That's high through the door. The door. I messed up the lines. It's locked. That's it. We're done for. She's like, let me handle this. Let me show you how it's done. Alohomora. Like, these guys couldn't bother to read a book. Spells, chapter 7. Like, you think she would, like, they're a close-knit group, right? So, well, technically, the cave troll is what makes them friends, right? They're technically not friends until the cave troll comes. Or the mountain troll is not a cave troll. The cave troll is Lord of the Rings. Come on, Tyler, get it right. I know what I'm talking about. I just get my franchises mixed up. It's okay. We have Fluffy. They skipped Fluffy? I'm sorry, I don't have a screenshot of Fluffy. That's bogus. Fluffy looks a little rough, but that's okay. Especially this shot where the door closes on him. Yeah, that doesn't look too real, but that's okay. It's all right. You're forgiven. Thing like that. Locked up in a school. It's to you. It was standing on feet. I was a bit preoccupied with its heads. Maybe you didn't notice. There are 3. Guarding something. Ah, this is the shot. I remember this was in the trailer. It gets killed. Or worse, expelled. They have some good trailers for this. I recently went back because I'm a huge dork and I watched like all the theatrical trailers and the TV spots for this movie. Some really good trailers that were cut for this film. You should go check them out. Quidditch. We skipped Quidditch? Oh my goodness, man. These screenshots they're missing a lot. Just saying. Oh no, don't pull out my headphones. Handle the quaffle. What imagine like the fact that the whole world, the way that the way that the world is presented to us, it's pretty wild, man. The fact that she thought of this whole world and the sports and everything, it's pretty nuts. And the fact that everything happens so fast. And I still, to this day, I don't think that this franchise would be as successful. It still would be massively successful, but I don't think it'd be as successful as it is if they didn't concurrently make the movies and the books at the same time. If they weren't released relatively at the same time, I don't think this franchise would be as successful. If there were no movies made, because I think the movies made it accessible to a lot of people. But the books were very successful, no doubt. A nasty little bludger. Or a seeker. Sorry. This is a quote fest, basically. Is this? So cool. Possible to see. You swallow it. And then you're going to open it. And then the resurrection stone is going to be in there. But you're going to have to open it with your lips. Because it only opens at the close. Wow. Wonderful wizards. Man, sorry. Literally the next shot is the troll. Is the two of these guys looking at the troll. That's literally the next screenshot. So we're going through quite a bit here. Wrist movement we've been practicing. The swish and flick. The swish and flick. Warwick Davis as Professor Flitwick. Wingardium Leviosa. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Go on. Show them how it's done, Hermione. Hell yeah. It's just warm feelings, man. Warm feelings you get when you watch this stuff. Whoa. He just blew up. Just blew up. If you're just dropping in, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps out a ton. Thank you guys so much. We just crossed 200 subscribers. We're on our way to 300. I appreciate it. Man, honestly. Ron, why you gotta be so rude? Why you gotta be so rude to her, man? Oh yeah. Halloween time. It's my birthday. Ooh, Harry, you got some unibrows going on there. In that one shot where you're talking to Neville, you got your eyebrows almost connect. In the dungeon. Troll in the dungeon. That's all right. Dumbledore can take care of it. Ooh. I love Richard Harris here. Oh, the power of Dumbledore. Back to the dormitories. Follow me to the dungeons. So exciting. So exciting. Snape's like, I don't buy this shit. I'm out. I know exactly what's going down because I'm Snape and I know everything. Really stupid. Hermione, she doesn't know. Good call, Harry. Yeah, they tinted things blue. They like took they took like the highlights or maybe not the midtones, but they took the highlights. This is where we're at right now. They've shifted everything to like a bluish green, which I'm not really a fan of. That's the other problem with as these digital things move on, and even film in general, like you get different color grades. So I don't know what you do about that. Not really much you can do. Oh, we jumped. We've jumped. Hermione, move. Cave Troll doesn't look too bad. I will say that. Pea-brain. Oh, he's on the shoulders. Here he goes. It's about to go up his nose. Boom. Yeah, that looks a little rough. That looks a little rubbery. That doesn't look real. That's okay. These shots don't last long, though. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Ron. You got it. I love it. Anything. Oh. Wingardium Leviosa. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I feel so bad for this troll. Well, not really. He's trying to bash Harry's head in, so maybe I don't feel too bad, but he's not the smartest of trolls. Let's just put it that way. And then they actually built a real troll and like laid him on the ground, which I thought was really cool. Again, it's that blending of CG and live action. The more you can do that, the better. And the fact that they did build it and it's laying there and you can tell it's real, it just helps sell the CG effect from before. Let's not doubt. Troll boogies. Serves both of you. Professor McGonagall. Miss Granger? Oh, yes. Notice the blood on his leg. Oh, he was up to something. You can't trust this man. Or maybe you can. Maybe he's an ally. We don't know. We don't know. What's going on with Snape? We have no clue. At this moment, we don't know. Of course, 20 years on, we know. And live to tell the tale. 5 points be awarded to each of you. Dumb luck. Yeah. Mic up. Come on. We're almost to Quidditch, guys. Good luck today. The way he delivers his lines, man, I'm telling you. He just, like, the spaces between the words and the breaths. and the way he shifts his eyes and the way he moves. It's an iconic performance, man. Rest in peace. We miss you. Go near that dog. Dog's guarding. That's what Snape wants. Very well. Could be, Harry. Oh, what's that? A broom? Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Catching the broom. I never get mail. No, Harry, you don't. You don't ever get mail. Why would people send you mail? Broomstick, Harry. It's a Nimbus 2000. Sorry. Here we go. Quidditch. This music is incredible, man. The Quidditch music? Come on, man. Scared, Harry? A little. My first game. I don't really remember. Sorry, I'm just trying to find. This is what I'm trying to find. Remember the season. Slytherin versus Gryffindor. Definitely got to be one of my favorite sequences in the movie is this Quidditch scene. Oh, we're moving fast, aren't we? This would be the Quidditch scene right here. Pause. No, pause. Go back. We're here. Unfortunately, this is the only Quidditch screen grab we got, so make sure you hit that like button for the stream. It's to begin the game. This was ambitious too, man. And like they didn't have everything figured out back then either. This was not like it is today. Who catches the snitch ends the game. Throw up this quaffle. This is such a fascinating game. Like it's weird. Like I think you take it. I mean, you don't take it for granted now. I guess I don't know, but it's been with us for so long. But I remember seeing this for the first time and being introduced to Quidditch, and you're just like, wow, 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 wow. Like the magic of the game, because you'd never seen anything like this. It was a whole new world, you know? It was a whole new world. Snape's like, I'm not going to clap. You think I'm going to clap? Hey, what's going on, Jamie? You read all the books for the first time a year ago? That's really cool. I'm in the middle of reading them. I just finished the first one, and I'm on to the second one. So it's definitely a trip down memory lane. I haven't read those books in a while. It's been a while since I read the books. I think my favorite... Which one's my... I don't know. Maybe I think the fourth one is my favorite book. It's either the fourth book or the last book is my favorite. For sure. And there's... Yeah... Very CG looking Quidditch player for sure. Some of these shots, that's great. I love that shot where he's like flying and then he elbows the the Gryffindor player. The dynamic, the way that, like, because the way you make these moves dynamic is because you can't move the camera around, so you keep the actor static on a gimbal or on something, right? And you move the camera, or sorry, the actor doesn't move, so the camera's got to move in order to get that sense of momentum. And then obviously they're combining it with CG elements and practical elements to make it really exciting. And realistically, it's John Williams' music is what makes this movie. I don't think this movie reaches anywhere near where its potential if it doesn't have John Williams' music in it. Jamie says, will you be getting the Hogwarts Legacy game? I won't until I see a second trailer with more gameplay, but I'm kind of sold on it. It takes place in the late 1800s. I know, actually, I've heard of the game, but I actually know nothing about the game. I don't know any details. And I don't actually own a game system. So I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, to be honest. I don't think it's worth going out and buying an actual system to play. If I know somebody that has a system, I might check it out, or if I know somebody that has it, I might come over and play it every once in a while, but I'm just not a big gamer, so I don't know if I'll get the system. He's jinxing the broom. Jinxing the broom? Let me know in the comments below, definitely the comments in this video. I want to know about your experiences with Harry Potter. What does it mean to you? Let's have a chat down below after the stream. Of course, I would love to talk Harry Potter in the comments. I'd do that all day. That'd be amazing. I remember, so the movie came out, I think it was before this movie came out. There was a spring break that happened. I think, in 2001, the year before this came out, or the year it came out. And my grandma came to visit, and we had just moved into a new house. And so we went out and we bought a bunch of bedding, and we bought like the Harry Potter, I like to call it the old Harry Potter merchandise. Before, there's been different stages of Harry Potter merchandise, but this was like the first wave of Harry Potter merchandise, and this was before the movie was even out. So like the I forget who the artist is that does the cover of the book, or maybe it was a different artist. I can't remember. Or Mary Graham Pree is the lady that did the covers. Either way, there was some other artist. If you look at the older cartoon versions of Harry Potter from the early 2000s, so there was like a whole bedroom set, like a whole bed set that had basically him flying on his broom, and he had had like a diamond pattern of like blue and red. So I got that comforter, and so very big Harry Potter fan for sure from the beginning. Jamie says, imagine Harry Potter but with Danny Elfman instead of John Williams. It'd be very interesting. Jamie says, I honestly regret not getting into Harry Potter since I was more of a Star Wars person. I also wasn't a big reader at the time. I mean, I wasn't a big reader either, to be honest. Like, I didn't go, like, for a lot of people, I was much more into film. I'm gonna be honest. I watched movies. This didn't spark my love to read other material, like read other books. But what this did, it sparked my love for film. So, I can't express that enough, how lucky I feel that as I was growing up, there was basically these movies were being released almost every year for a decade of my life. And it's undescribable, right? And I don't think it's you got the Marvel Cinematic Universe now, I guess. So it's different. But in terms of like being able to grow up with these characters, I'm skipping on these things, sorry. All right, so now we just ended Quidditch. But like I was saying, the fact that my generation was able to grow up with these actors as they played the characters I have this weird connection with this franchise where I was learning about filmmaking and it basically just on like a pure passion level, right? Like it was just the love of filmmaking. I was able to explore that passion over the decade of my life through these movies as they were released and the special features and behind the scenes. And it's a special bond that I have with these films for that reason. Exactly. He wasn't blinking, Hagrid. Come on now. That means he's deadly serious and he's trying to inflict pain because he wasn't blinking. My lips are very dry. Let me know what you guys are doing in the chat. Interact as much as you can. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for interacting with me and keeping me entertained. Who's Nicholas Flamel? I don't know. Where are we at? Are we halfway through this movie? We're a little over halfway through this movie. Right now, the timestamp is 1:25:13. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. I'm sorry that the site that I have doesn't have adequate screenshots of this movie. The Hogwarts bells. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Oh, it's Wizard's Chess. I got a story about Wizard's Chess. I went to school after seeing this movie. You'd go to school and you'd hang out with your friends. Same thing with X-Men. I remember when X-Men came out, and you'd go to school and you'd play in the playground and you'd like pretend you were the X-Men. But I was playing. If you're out there, his name is Dane. I don't know if he's out there. If he catches this by any means, that'd be spectacular. That'd be spectacular. I highly doubt that you're going to catch this, but I remember sitting down and we were like, let's play Wizard's Chess. So we would like take the pieces and we'd like hit each other's pieces with the thing. We were trying to play Wizard's Chess. I thought that was every time I see that scene, it always reminds me of that moment. So it's very cool. Jamie says, if you could study one magic subject, what would it be? I would like care of magical creatures. Oh man, let's see. What would I would probably gravitate towards care of magical creatures. That's probably where I would be the best suited. Also maybe potions. I feel like I could probably get into that too because I'm a very technical person. So, I feel like you got to be pretty technical to do that and everything. And charms too. Charms would be really cool. But I don't know. It's difficult. Probably charms would probably be the most interesting to me. Charms and magical creatures are probably the two things I would do for sure. I've got presents. Yeah, you've got presents, Harry. Don't forget, Harry. Don't forget, Harry. You've got presents. Such a happy moment. Invisibility cloak. And it's just, I wonder too how this would have been made differently had the movie started after the books. Oh yeah, no, I appreciate you listening. It's just hard when like there's no movie. Ideally, what you would do is you would sync up the movie along with me. That'd be the ideal thing. But I just feel I'm usually not. I'll be honest. I'm unpracticed being here by myself. Usually, I have co-hosts that I interact with. So talking to myself while this movie plays is, I'm not well versed in it yet. Hopefully, we get better. But I appreciate it. Wonder who gave it to you. He's just a floating head. All right, and now we're on to this part. Sorry, the screenshots are not adequate enough. Come on, not adequate. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the support. The restricted section. Going into the restricted section. Harry Potter. You're being super loud. Did you know that? I don't know why I'm talking like this. Century fiends. 15th century fiends. Nicholas Flamel. Where are you? Mm-hmm. 15th century fiends. Rah! That's a good effect. That's definitely a good effect. Oh, here comes Filch. You're about to get it, yo. Breakage of the glass. You can't hide. Here he goes. Here he is. He's coming up. Show yourself. I almost got this screenshot right on time, too. Almost. Coming through, coming through. Nope. Nope. There we go. Did it freeze? No. It seriously froze? Why did it freeze? Yo, this just stopped for some reason. That's not cool. What? Why did... What? What? It just stopped. All right. Okay. We are at 1:30:25 right now. So I'm going to press play. Sorry, you can get reset. 1:30:25. Pressing play now. Meow. Here he goes. Here he goes. Uh-huh. Don't want me as your enemy, Quirrell. Well, what I mean. Don't breathe, Harry. Don't breathe. And wow, yeah, they tinted this almost like teal or like turquoise. Kind of like they shifted the colors. Definitely more green for sure. Where your loyalties lie. And the restricted section means that the students are to bed. Mm-hmm. Here he comes. Man, this is about to suck his soul. This is intense. This is an intense moment. And, Harry Potter dealing with some really adult themes. And I think that's another reason why this franchise is so beloved, is because it treated you, especially as a kid, it treated you with respect. Like it treated you with respect. It taught you some great lessons. And you were able to just grow up with it. I can't describe it. I don't think there's anything else like it. I think it's one of those things, you had to be there type of thing. Because I can see where like future generations probably don't have the same connection that I do. And so I feel very special. In generation, not just me, but my generation, that we were able to experience this. He walks up and he sees his parents, which his parents are way too old, by the way. His parents, technically, if you go by the dates of their birth and the dates that they died, they would have been in their early 20s. These people are not in their early 20s. Dad? Yeah, you're like approaching 50, bro. What time is it? Time check. 6:46. I cannot believe, man, we're getting a Spider-Man We're getting a Spider-Man trailer tonight? What? That's crazy. That's going to be so hype. I cannot wait for that. I'm going to have no voice. So I'm going to be talking on this stream the whole time, and then I'm going to watch Spider-Man trailer, and I'm going to have no voice while I scream for the Spider-Man trailer. It's going to be nuts. Come on. Hey, Harry, we're matching. We both have maroon sweaters. I only see us. Nope, we are moving too fast. There we go. Holding the Quidditch Cup. Who's my favorite character? I don't know. My favorite character? My favorite character has probably always been Harry. And I think... Yeah, I don't know. I've always just been able to... I always just kind of related more to Harry than anybody else. There are reasons why, but I probably won't. I won't talk about them on a live stream, but there are reasons for sure. I love this scene so much. Let me give you a clue. True, yeah. Shannon brings up a good point that Snape is the same age as his parents, and they'd have to age them up or that would make no sense. That's a good point. Most desperate desires of our hearts. If you're here watching with me, I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me. Even gone mad. His like soft tone delivery is just perfect for these first two films. It's always been weird to me how he passed away. Right, he passed away after the second one, and then Michael Gambon came in to replace him. And it couldn't have happened at a better time. Like, I can't see Richard Harris doing like the third movie. I just can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you needed the Michael Gambon energy for the rest of the franchise. You just needed it. It's not that it's weird. It's like, I don't know. It's like I don't know. But they didn't miscast him. Like, Richard Harris is great for these first two movies, but I don't think he would have worked moving forward in the franchise. It just wouldn't have been the same energy. So I always find that very fascinating. How I guess time just worked that way. That shot doesn't really hold up, and the castle doesn't really look like that really anymore. That's a kind of a weird silhouette. The castle definitely doesn't look like that in the future. Oh, man. This is light. Now they're in the library. They're looking around for Nicholas Flamel. She's about to show them. Of course. Oh, no, maker of the Sorcerer's Stone. To read. No, they don't read, Hermione. Maybe you should make them read. Someone disliked us. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the dislike. I appreciate it. I know what it means. Hit that like button. It's Harry Potter's 20th anniversary. Or hit the dislike button. Either one work, to be honest with you. It doesn't matter. You're engaging. So Just to let you know. That's what's under the trapdoor. The Sorcerer's Stone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Doom, 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 doom. God, man, this movie flies. No fit state to entertain today. About the Sorcerer's Stone. Ooh. Oh, he says. He says, oh. Oh, Fang drilling all over the furniture. Oh, man. He's protecting the stone. They're about to steal it. Things in the stone. Aren't there? Enchantments. Oh, yes. Get the doggy kisses. Don't know how. That's me and Dumbledore. Told you that? I should not have told you that. Oh, here's the dragon. It's a How did you get one? Oh. Yeah, because he knew what you wanted, Hagrid. He was trying to get info on Fluffy, man. And this is pretty impressive, too. This is early CG work, and this looks decent. I have my glasses off, obviously, so maybe I should put my glasses back on, but watch, I put my glasses on and it just looks like complete trash. Norwegian Ridgeback. It's a Norwegian Ridgeback. He knows his mummy. Oh, yeah, you could tell Hagrid wasn't touching him there, yeah. He wasn't touching the dragon. Oh, set his beard on fire. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Malfoy. Oh, dear. First time I ever met him. My nose. I don't understand. Yeah, it's bad. He's gonna tell her, and it's gonna get. Yep, look at him. Look at that smug little grrr. Dude in the right. Ooh, I caught that frame I was spot on with that switch. 50 points are going to be taken away from you. Each. Man, that's a tank right there. That tanks your house. You got no house points. Excuse me, Professor. Let me know in the chat if you're excited for Spider-Man, the Spider-Man trailer. Are you excited for that? That's going to be nuts. Are we going to see Andrew and Toby in the trailer? Do you think so? I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't think we're going to see them. I don't think we're going to see them. And if we do see them, I'm going to be so surprised. I got thumbs in the dungeons. God, I missed the screaming. Tension with Hagrid tonight. Oh. I kind of wish that the person that dislikes the streams, I kind of wish you would make yourself known. You should leave us a comment. Be great. I'm just curious. Poor Hagrid. dragons are mean to him. What if the other dragons are mean? Poor dragons. You're going into the forest after all. What's about? Show. Filch just turned into him and it's like, do you think I give a flying beep, beep, beep about what you think, little child? Filch is a nasty dude, man. Yeah, Filch just does not care. Filch is like, you guys can perish in this forest and I'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, now we're at this shot. We're walking through the forest. If you're new here, drop a like. Really helps out. I appreciate it. And hit the subscribe button. Heck, why not? We talk about movies and movie news and filmmaking on the channel. So if you're new, hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 300 subscribers. Walking through the forest. And this all looks practical too, or at least a good majority of this forest is practical. I don't know where they shot this, but ooh, and the unicorn blood. I always thought that was fascinating. The unicorn blood being like silver. Nope, we've gone too far. Yeah, the unicorn blood being like silver. It's pretty wild. I found one dead. Ooh, ooh. If you're just joining us and you want to sync up the time code, 1:45:17. Okay. So how does this work? So Hagrid is in charge of detention. They're trying to find this, like, this task in detention is also kind of suspect. Because it's like, oh yeah, we're going to go find this. Whatever's killing these unicorns, we're going to go find this with these first-year students, which is very strange. And not the best. Probably not the best thing to do with some first-year kids. But not only that, but you split them up so Malfoy and Harry are just by themselves with Fang, but that doesn't help much. Now Harry's about to... His scar starts to hurt here, right? I think so. I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure. Thanks for those 11 likes, guys. I really appreciate it. It really helps out. Interact with me in the chat. Make sure you let me know. If you're a Harry Potter fan, what do you think of Harry Potter? Let's have a discussion. It really kind of helps the stream. Obviously, I can't play the movie. The whole idea is to sync up the movie with me. So we are now at 1:45. His scar does start to hurt here, yeah. This was creepy, man. This, like, what's essentially coral, like, flying around in this robe. Very scary. Here they come. Oh, man. Galloping, 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 fly. That centaur is huge. That centaur is massive. Flying in the distance. I could maybe do that, but I could put a countdown to the trailer, but I don't. That require a lot of stuff. A monstrous creature. A unicorn. I like Friends, man. It's a bummer that they didn't. I mean, obviously, they couldn't bring him back because he teaches a class in the 5th book. Because I think it's the 5th one, right? Where Trelawney, and then he comes in and teaches divination, I thought. But obviously, they couldn't do that because that's just the effects budget. That's too much. That's too much. That was drinking its blood. Yes. The Sorcerer's Stone. Yes. How did they even know he was over there? You know what I'm saying? How did they even know? This is where I leave you. You're safe now. Good luck. Who's out there right now? We are at 1 hour and 49 minutes if you're trying to sync it up. Self. He wants the stone for Voldemort. Yeah, he probably does want the stone for Voldemort. He'll come back. This is pretty good acting. This scene right here. This is like they're starting to feel the groove. This is a pretty good scene for the three of them to act in. You can tell they're evolving. What about my potions final? Aw. They kill this scene. They do such a good job in this scene. From here to the end of the movie, I think they kill it. They're so good. These kids are so good. And talk about luck. Seriously, finding all, not just these three kids, but like the entire cast of kids. It's pretty perfect casting. Speak for yourself. Scar, it's burning. It just keeps burning, and I don't know why. It means danger's coming. We're about to go see Hagrid to get some info. Exposition. If Hagrid didn't give them any info, they would be screwed. Nope. Dragon eggs in the pocket. If you watch this scene, you can tell the difference between, well, maybe they fixed it in this version, I don't know. But you can tell, yep. So the shots on the kids when they're with Hagrid, those are shot on a green screen or a blue screen. You can totally tell it's not the real background. And then when they cut to Hagrid, you can tell that's on location, or they're just very different shots, and you can tell they were done at different times. Sorry if I'm ruining the movie for you. But it's stuff that fascinates me. Then, any beast is to know how to calm him. He's playing a bit of music and he falls straight to sleep. I shouldn't have. No, you shouldn't have. Yeah, that background's so fake, yo. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Press that Dumbledore immediately. There we go, right here. This is about the Sorcerer's Stone. It is about the Sorcerer's Stone. I should have made myself some popcorn. Should have happened. If you're new here, jump in the comments, chat with me. I accept all chats. We talk your love for Harry Potter if you're new here. I appreciate it. Just checking it out, celebrating Harry Potter's 20th anniversary. No stranger. Now we're in the third act of the film, officially. Third act. Those like yourselves inside on a day like this. Oh, snap. He's looking at her like, are you going to tell me what's going on or what? What's up? You're definitely up to something. Up to something. Up to something. Sorry, there's a more of a long pause than I thought there was. Jeez, Alan Rickman. Why you gotta be giving me such a long pause between your lines? Now what do? We go down the trap door. Tonight. That you do. Little silhouette of Hogwarts. You shouldn't be here. Talking, Ron, you're talking to a frog. Ron, why are you talking to a frog? I won't let you. Oh, Neville. Oh, Neville. Oh. Savage. Scary sometimes. Know that. Brilliant, but scary. Well, maybe if you two read books, you would also be brilliant but scary. It just takes you about a decade to get there. And even then, you're not. Even then, let's be real, Hermione's the one that carries them through all of this. That's a great shot with the three of them under the cloak and Hermione's in front and the two of them are. That's a great shot. I don't see that shot very often in promo material or anything like that. So I just now realized that, yeah, that's a great shot of those three. Snoring. I'm getting hungry. We have to move its paw. Come on. Help me move its paw, damn it. You're already here. You agreed. You knew this big three-headed dog was here guarding a trap door. Why are you telling me what when I say we need to move the paw? Ooh, nice wind machine. Neville is the other boy who lived. And what a great character he was, too. And I can imagine, like, Matthew Lewis, who played Neville, it's so nice, too, because you just get it's a payoff, you know? You play this character for so long, and then you get to read the final book, and you get to see what he gets to do, and that's really nice. Where he's rewarded, you know what I'm saying? He's given a little bit more to do in the movies, which is cool. That's disgusting. That slimy, snotty, practical disgustingness. They're like, jump, get out of here. Here. They are lucky they survived that, man. Now they're in the devil's snare. Lucky this plant thing's here, really. Ooh. Ooh. This is a good example of how you build tension in a scene, though. Because even though you know they're gonna even still to this day, even though you know they're gonna make it out of the scene, you're still like fearing for these kids' lives. So cool, so awesome that they made it practical and real. So you can see it. You can see them wrapped and they're being choked. Like, if this would have been CG, it would have failed. He's apparently not relaxing. Herbology. Oh, almost kind of reminds me of Venom. Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, we're getting a Spider-Man trailer tonight. It's exciting. Trailer number 2. Whoa, falling through the light and you're hitting the ground. All right, okay, all right. Luckily we didn't panic. Like Hermione pays attention in herbology. Ooh. Now they're going into the key room. Seen birds like these. They're not birds. They're keys. Come on, Hermione. You knew those things were keys and they weren't birds. Come on. You're smarter than that. Come on. don't know. Strange. There. Good eyesight, Harry. It's too simple, Hermione. I just don't know what to do. Because if I catch it... Yeah, it's crazy how much... If you think about it, like, I would say maybe even after the Quidditch game... Yeah, maybe even after the Quidditch game, they're like completely different people. Like, I didn't realize it until now, but they're like completely different actors. They've gotten so much better. Sorry. Wa-da-da-da-da, wa-da-da-da-da. He's going to get it. Catch the key. I remember I had a toy that was, I played with this thing a lot, but it was Harry Potter on the broom, and you could touch a button on the back of the broom, and he would spin. And like you pull out the snitch, you pull it out, and there's a little button on the arm, and you could fly him. Like I flew that thing around all the time, playing Quidditch, and like you could spin him around, and it'd have like these whooshy sound effects. And then once you hit the button on the arm, he'd catch the snitch, and then there'd be cheering and stuff. The toys back then were super cool for this movie, for sure. I had the Lego set. I had the castle. I had the Lego set of the castle, and then I had the Chamber of Secrets. But there was also this other toy. I wish I could find it. Maybe I'll be able to find it at some point. I don't know. But it was like this miniature castle that had these mini figures in it. And there was like but it was like the entire castle. So you had like the Great Hall was in the center, and then you had all these little things, like all these little rooms, and you had I think you had a Harry, a Ron, and a Hermione, maybe? And then you had an invisible cloak Harry. That was pretty cool. I'm going to have to look that up and find that. That toy was really awesome. Shannon says that Harry's voice drops an octave in the Wizard's Chess Challenge, and it definitely does. Hermione, you be the queenside horse. Castle. Sorry, not horse. I screwed it up. I screwed up a line. As for me, I'll be a knight. This is impressive too, man. I mean, Stuart Craig, the production designer on this, all the prop team. This set is, like I said, man, the amount of dedication to this is incredible. And the fact that they were going all in, because they knew it. They had to have known. I know that you hear people talk about it all the time. They're like, oh yeah, we didn't know it was going to be successful. We didn't. No, you knew this was going to be a franchise. You knew, maybe you didn't know it was going to be massively successful, but you knew this was going to be successful. The books were already huge when they made this movie. So, just saying. I know there's an interview out there where they say like, oh yeah, we didn't know how successful this was going to be. Nah, I don't believe that. Boom. And this, I'm telling you, this VFX right here is incredible. The fact that they actually blew these things up. Yeah, I mean, the fact that, they actually blew this stuff up is incredible. To E4. Castle pawn to C3. I was repeating the same line, and then I got caught. I got caught repeating the same line, and he said a different one. Yeah, dude, and you just don't see some of this stuff anymore, and you don't see stuff shot like this, where stuff obscures the frame, and you do these like fades, and I was watching Ghostbusters last night, or not last night, the night before, for our rewatch discussion on Ghostbusters, and they do some shot compositions and some transitions and camera moves that you don't see nowadays. They just don't do this stuff anymore, and they need to. I think it goes a long way. I think the films could, obviously it's more expensive if you go longer, but I feel like in the pre-production phase you could spend a little bit more time on your story, and you could figure out a way to do things a little bit more practically. I think it'd go a long way. To check the king. But also, too, I'm getting older, so that's just what I grew up with. Kids nowadays and younger people probably don't want that, so I'm starting to, we're getting old now. What we grew up with is special to us, and, media and films evolve. So, and you got to accept it. There's nothing you can really do. You don't need to accept everything in life, you know what I'm saying? Stand up for what you believe in. But in terms of the trends of the media and everything, that is what it is. You can't really, change that too much. Oh, we're moving too far. Here he goes. And if you guys have the soundtrack, I think I do. It's around here somewhere. I have the soundtrack. It's incredible. I give it a listen. Pop it in if you got the CD or whatever. Or YouTube. I guess YouTube exists. Duh. Listen to the soundtrack. It's incredible. He's gonna go down. Ah. That was perfect too. That scream was perfect. The fact that a piece of the rubble hit him in the face. So good. We're still playing. She's like, all right, we're still playing. I can't go over and hug my future husband. Hug my future husband. That's right. That's right. I said it. I said it. Checkmate. They've grown so much as actors in this movie. It's crazy. I've never noticed, I noticed it, but I never actually paid attention to how good they are at the end of this. If you're trying to sync it up, we are at 206. You'll be all right, Harry. You're a great wizard. I love how she's like, you're a great wizard. It's like, you're 11, though. I get it. I understand, but it's just funny. And I like the change they made here. I don't, like the potion thing, cutting that out. I don't think you needed the potion thing down here. Doesn't make any sense. Do. So haunting. What time is it? 7:20? That Spider-Man fan event is at 8 o'clock. And then we get a trailer shortly after that, I think. It's exciting. I wonder what's going to be at the fan event. I don't know. It's for a different video. Here we are. Yes. Seem to type, doesn't he? Let's expect poor stuttering Professor Quirrell. I'm so excited that Ian Hart is back in this reunion. That's so cool, man. Because you don't see him anywhere. He's never talked about in the promos. He's never talked about when you talk about villains of the Harry Potter franchise. Like, at least for me, I don't see him anywhere. So it's cool that they're bringing him back. Trying to save me. Yoff. And I've always wondered, obviously, if you're watching this, you've seen the movie. At least I would hope so. I always found it interesting that, the guy the guy that plays Voldemort in this movie, on the back of his head, they never went back and replaced it with Ralph Fiennes, which I always thought was very interesting. I always thought they would do that. I always kind of wanted them to maybe do that, but also didn't, because I wanted to keep this version. but they just don't look alike at all, which is kind of frustrating, but that's okay. Also, another thing that I miss is that he's got red eyes here, and then with Rafe, with Race Voldemort, we don't have the red eyes. That kind of is annoying. And the fact that it's not Rafe's voice. It's like you should have cast in. This is I can't wrap my head around this because it's like you knew Voldemort was going to show up at some point, so you should have casted him before you shot the scene. You know what I'm saying? You knew they were going to have a showdown eventually. You knew that was happening. So why didn't you just cast the real Voldemort from the jump? I don't know. It's always been something that bothers me. Oh, he's got the stone. He's got the stone. I can still remember being a 9-year-old kid watching this in the movie theater, man. It's crazy. What is it? What do you see? I've won the house cup. Oh, good for you, Harry. Good for you. What do you see? Master, you are not strong enough. Strength enough for this. Here we go. We're unwrapping. Unwrap. Unwrap. I love how, Harry just looked back. He's like, oh, should I turn back? What's going down? I didn't realize Voldemort was going to be here. Ooh. It's Voldemort with a nose. See, I like this design of Voldemort. I really do. Maybe even more than Ralph Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes is okay, but like, and maybe it's because this is the first like Voldemort that I saw when I was a kid, and I can't describe to you, like when you read the books and then when you see this movie, he was like this mysterious figure that you didn't know what he looked like. And so many people, like her writing was so well done because everybody was afraid of this guy. And this movie specifically builds up to this moment, and then you see him. And so then for this guy for me, it was like, this is the scary Voldemort. This is, this is a really scary scene with the fire and all that stuff. But the fact that they never, and why not bring him back? I don't understand. I wish maybe they'll talk about it in the reunion. I don't know why, they didn't bring this guy back. Like, I don't know what's going on. All right, cool. We're back. Sorry, that was crazy. Do extraordinary things. Give me the stone. You are a liar. You liar. Kill him. Oh, we're going too far back. And this was terrifying too. Like as a kid, this was scary, but this wasn't something that I wanted to like give up. I was like, oh, I love Harry Potter, so I'm okay. You're like, you're okay. You're okay. What is this magic? Get the stone. I love it. I love it. He touches his face. And Quirrell's just like, what's going on? What is the I feel bad I don't feel bad for Quirrell, but I think Quirrell got suckered. Voldemort came to him and was like, hey man, you want eternal life? Make me suck up my essence. I'll pop out of the back of your head. We'll live forever. And then, Quirrell seemed like a decent person until you realize, oh, no. I kind of feel bad for Quirrell because I don't necessarily know I think Quirrell got tricked. You know how like Voldemort can manipulate people and make him do things? I feel like maybe that was Quirrell's fate. And I feel bad for Quirrell. He goes through him. Yeah, the smoke effects look fine. It's like fine. These VFX are passable. I could produce most of these VFX on my computer right now. They're passable. It's the stone. We have no screenshots of him in the hospital wing with Dumbledore, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. If you're new here, drop a like for Harry Potter's 20th anniversary. If you're trying to sync us up right now at the film, we are at 2:14 and 19 seconds. We are almost done with the movie, guys. I appreciate you guys dropping by. Thank you so much. Here comes Richard Harris, the great Richard Harris. Now, the biggest question here is, do you think they're ever going to reboot this franchise? Do you think they're ever going to do it over again? I would be, let's see, we're 20 years out. I'm not opposed to rebooting it. I'm really not. I've said this before on our other shows on the channel. I'm cool with different interpretations of source material. I'm okay with it. As long as if you bring in somebody that has a unique take on it. Do I think it's necessary? No, I don't think it's necessary because I think people just will always go back to this. But in different mediums, that's where I would kind of want it. I don't necessarily need another film series, but if you adapt it for television, think about it. HBO Max, right? Owns Warner Brothers, HBO Max, all under the same roof. If you greenlit, you know what I'm saying? If you greenlit a show where each season was its own book, that would be pretty cool. Like I could see that. There have been rumors that Steven Spielberg wanted to. Sorry, we got a tweet about the Spider-Man trailer, so it's playing right now. So I'm sure that's happening. I will check it out as soon as we end here. But like I was saying, there are rumors that Steven Spielberg wanted to come in and direct this. There were rumors that this was originally going to be an animated series, like an animated film. That's pretty interesting. There's all these certain things that this almost was and almost could have been that I can't help but think, what does this look like as an animated series? What does this look like as a TV show? You know, and I would not be opposed to somebody doing that, especially with Warner Brothers and their streaming service. Like, that would keep me on board. That would keep me subscribed for sure. And nostalgia is a powerful thing, and they want to capitalize on this generation. Why do you think they're making a reunion? Why do you think they're making a 20-year reunion? Is it to bring back Chris Columbus and to bring back all these guys and make the Cursed Child? I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that at all. I actually kind of hate that, but if Chris Columbus can come in, they might be able to swing me on it. I'm not sure. Bertie Bott's every flavor beans. Oh, they're playing it. Oh, dude. There's footage. There's footage from that live event. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for the trailer. I can't wait for this trailer. Oh. Well, happy 20th anniversary, Harry Potter. Never better. Man, yeah, we have no screenshots for the next screenshot is when he gets the book of his parents. So, what are you going to do? Shannon says, continue it, no need to reboot. That's like rebooting Lord of the Rings trilogy. There's no need. Like I said, yeah, I don't want a film franchise, but I'm okay with a TV series or an animated series. I'm cool with it. I think an animated series would be really fun. Let's see. Alicia says, I think rebooting it as a TV series so you get more time or telling a different story in the universe like Mando. I guess that's what Fantastic Beasts is. I guess that is what Fantastic Beasts is, but Fantastic Four Beasts. Sorry. Fantastic Beasts just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. I'm like, meh. I miss Hogwarts. I think that's what it is. It'd have to be more adventures at Hogwarts. Because the problem with Fantastic Beasts is you've taken Well, the new one, I think the Dumbledore one will involve Hogwarts more, and we have Dumbledore, which is good. But if you take Hogwarts, if you take Harry Potter, and if you take Dumbledore out of the equation, like these other two movies did, kind of, I'm just kind of like, man, sure, it's in the universe, but I'm attached to Hogwarts. I'm attached to Harry Potter. I'm attached to Dumbledore, the characters. That's just me. 50 points. I'm not an Office fan. Ron Weasley. He's such a warm soul. I love Richard Harris as Dumbledore. And third, Harry Potter. And outstanding courage. House. 60 points. It's too great. Read, stand up to your enemies. Great deal more. Stand up to your friends. So exciting. Calculations are correct. Change of decoration is in order. So magical. Bye, Slytherin. Peace. I got nothing against Slytherin. Technically, I'm a Ravenclaw. Good stuff. Good stuff. There's the hats throwing. It's just a feel-good film. You know? This film's got some magical properties in it, man. I'm telling you. Whenever I'm having whenever I'm having a bad day or if I'm down or whatever, I just put this on in the background and it just instantly, it makes me feel better. It's crazy. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know if it's the music. It's probably the music. Let's be real. It's John Williams music. You just got to put that on. And also the images too. I don't know. Brings me back to, like I said, I tied this back in with my love for filmmaking, and it's because of this movie that I found my passion in life and that I found what I love. Without this franchise and without this movie, I don't know where I'd be. And that may sound a little whoa, but it's the truth. It's the honest truth. I don't know who I'd be. I don't know what, I will always love this movie. Thank you, Hagrid. Now he's going to say goodbye. Listen, Harry. Threaten him with a nice pair of ears. Oh yes, and to be fair, I realized that the graphic of the trio under there is from the second movie. I know. And this is a great shot of the three of them too. I'm not going home, not really. He's going to say goodbye. And then we move on to the Chamber of Secrets. And what's crazy about that is a little known fact. So this premiered on the Friday. And then that next Monday, they were shooting Chamber of Secrets, which I think's cool. That's pretty crazy. There's stories about how they were shooting the next one on Monday, and they were hearing about how this movie had broken box office records and all sorts of stuff. So it's very cool. And there's the final shot as we pull out. Or we don't really pull out. We just kind of stay there, I guess. And that's it. That is the end of the movie, friends. Directed by Chris Columbus. Well, that'll be it for the stream and for me. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me and joining me while we watch Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone if you're not in America. Totally understand. I hope you had a good time. Hopefully you were able to sync up the show with me and watch it with me, and enjoyed hearing me talk about my theories, or not my theories, but like my life and how much this means to me. Obviously, the more that if we go on to other movies and if we do this for other films, which I think we'll do this for the other films. There'll be more to talk about, but this film is very special to me. I got my ticket right here. I don't know if you can see it a little bit, but November 22nd, 2001. It'll stay with me for a long time. And yeah, I remember there's good things about this. I remember being at Thanksgiving, and I remember the paper where there was like when the movie came out, there was, back when you used to look at movie times in the paper, like the newspaper. Yeah, that was back then. And they had the poster, basically what now is the poster. It was in the paper, and I remember sitting there on the stairs, and it was the movie, because what we usually did was after Thanksgiving we would go see a movie, occasionally. And I remember I remember it very clearly. We had Thanksgiving, and we went to go see Harry Potter afterwards, and I was sitting on the stairs, and I couldn't wait to go, and I kept looking at the newspaper, and so very fond memories of this movie. And I can sit here and describe it, but it's just a thing. You had to be there. We all have that. We all have things that make us feel warm and make us feel inspired. I can look at every frame of this and just be super inspired to create my own things and to do to talk with you guys. And that's what the whole channel is about, realistically, is to explore my love for the things that I love, which are Marvel and superhero, mainly superhero based in Marvel, but also Harry Potter. And there are other filmmaking aspects that I want to talk about and just kind of explore that. So that's what we're doing here on this channel. If you like filmmaking, and if you enjoy this type of stuff, if you enjoy just hanging out with Shannon, myself, and Christian during our rendered image shows on Thursdays and Sundays, hit the subscribe button. We got a lot more on the way. Thank you guys for checking it out, and we will see you. I'll see you in the next one. We're gonna do a Thursday show, Ghostbusters rewatch. We have our Spider-Man rewatch on the channel. You can check that out. But we got a Ghostbusters rewatch that's coming on Friday. That'll be uploaded. And then obviously stay tuned, because in a few minutes we're going to be getting a Spider-Man trailer. So I'm going to film my reaction to that, and I'm going to put that up online too. So don't go anywhere. Well, go somewhere, but hit that notification bell, get subscribed, come back to the channel later tonight so you can see me react to the Spider-Man trailer and lose my ever-loving mind out of the Spider-Man trailer. I'm excited. I want to see Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. I have to. All right, this isn't a Spider-Man video. I got it. We'll leave you with that. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Peace, love. Thank you, Harry Potter, for everything you've done for me. And take care. I can't wait for the reunion, and I feel blessed. I feel blessed that this exists. I feel like a lucky man every time I watch this movie. So thank you so much, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.